Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the first 3 episodes of Disney Plus's Loki. So I am actually kind of behind on this. I was hoping to do a review for each episode, but I missed out on making it for the first 3 episodes, and I thought instead of just making a video individually and taking up more time, I thought might as well just talk about all 3 of them now. And this will be a little bit different from my previous reviews on the Falcon Winter Soldier and WandaVision.
You have returned to man the cannon?
Which I have done before. I have done reviews for all those episodes, so if you want to check those out, go ahead. So, I thought might as well talk about the first 3 episodes of Loki, which were pretty good. I'm going to get into some spoilers, but if you are curious about, if you haven't seen the show yet and you are curious about it, I would say check it out. I think it's pretty good so far. So definitely go check it out if you haven't yet, because it is entertaining. It's fun. The first 2 episodes don't have too much action, but once you get into the 3rd one, it's a little more into action. But it's still not a whole lot. But I think it's because they're saving most of it for the second half of the season. So I would say check it out if you haven't yet. Like I already said. And yeah, I'm gonna get into spoilers now. So spoiler alert: if you haven't seen the first 3 episodes of Loki, I'm going to talk about those. But if you have seen it, please stick around. I'll give you 3 more seconds to click away. Now let's start diving into some spoilers. So, this series starts off right where Endgame shows us. Like, the first scene is the Avengers messing up.
The cybernet is playing up again.
Is Avengers messing up, and them, like, accidentally knocking the Tesseract over to Loki, and Loki picking it up.
Said hello to me that time when I passed him on the street.
And it shows us where he went, because like in Endgame it did show us like that he disappeared and we were all like, where the heck did he go? And in this show it shows us that he went to some sort of like desert area. I don't remember if they said what it was. I don't remember. And then that's when the TVA comes in, the Time Variant Authority comes in and arrests him and reset the timeline that he was in, kinda. And then this is when we learn a little bit about how the TVA and time travel and the timekeepers, I think that's what they're called, all work, because they do explain that there was like a Nexus war or something like that, because the Nexus event is like when there's multiple timelines. Wow, look at the 2 Lokis, fitting. That was kind of weird seeing like the horns, just his horns. But they explain that the Timekeepers stopped the Nexus War by untangling all the different timelines and making one smooth timeline. And since Loki took the Tesseract, it created a branch timeline, which was somewhat explained in Endgame, but not a whole lot. I still think this time travel is kind of weird because, I don't know, I think if you were to go back in time in real life, then, you know, it wouldn't make a new timeline. It would undo what you did, but whatever. This is the MCU's timeline. I'll go with it. But this is I think this is how they're gonna do multiverse, so I'm excited for that. But yeah, that's how they explain it. They explain it similarly to how they did in Endgame, but the Timekeepers, I think they like created time or whatever, and that's how it worked. I don't remember too much of it, but that's what I do remember. And they want Loki because they're tracking down another Loki variant who has been killing their men, as well as causing Nexus events, I believe, or causing branch timelines. So they needed Loki, who is still not very good at this point, to hunt him down. And Loki does this version of Loki, because our Loki, if you remember, died in Infinity War to Thanos, because our Loki turned good-ish at least, and then died in Infinity War. And this Loki does see the tape where he sees what happened to that version of Loki, and how that Loki lost his mother, lost Asgard, and then died to the hands of Thanos. And that's pretty much episode 1 and 2 did seem to do a lot of explaining, and that's like episode 1 pretty much explained the whole thing, and then episode 2 it showed us finally who the Loki variant was, but we'll get into that in a little bit. But what I want to talk about first is that they explained that even though any tiny movement, any tiny thing, if any tiny thing changes, it will create a branch timeline, except in apocalypses. If you're in the end of the world, whatever you do won't affect it because, well, everything's gonna die anyway in that moment. Like, for example, the destruction of Pompeii, as well as, I believe that's one of the things they showed. Whatever he did there didn't affect anything because that whole place was gonna be destroyed anyway, as well as other apocalypses which have not happened yet because they're either fictional or because they're like super far away. So if they do happen for some reason, they're very far away. And we find out that this is where the Loki variant has been hiding. And we find out that the Loki variant is Lady Loki. Well, kinda. It is a female version of Loki, but it's not necessarily Lady Loki either. She says she no longer goes by the name of Loki. She goes by the name Sylvia, I believe. I think that's what she said. Which, Sylvia is also the real name of a character. Kane, would you please be quiet? I'm trying to talk. Wasp, you're not any better. Anyway, like I was saying, Lady Loki is kind of like is a mix of Lady Loki and Sylvia, who in the comic books is the real name of Enchantress. And they do say whenever she like mind controls people, because she like do that, she can like take control of their body, they do say she enchants people. So it does seem like they're mixing both Enchantress and Lady Loki into one character, which is pretty cool. It's so far so good. So that's who it is. And then she like drops these like time grenades or whatever they're called and creates multiple branch timelines. And I believe this is going to cause the Nexus event. And then Loki follows her. She goes to the TVA. She attacks some guards. I don't necessarily know what she was doing at the TVA. I think she wants to find the timekeepers. But our Loki, or not our Loki, our Loki's dead. But this Loki from 2012 also seems to want to do that too. And, you know, after this fight, they eventually use those teleport thingies. I don't forget what they're called. And they teleport to what was the name of that planet? I can't remember the name of the planet, but it was some planet where a moon was about to crash into it and destroy everything. So they accidentally go there. And, of course, they don't trust each other because, well, they're both Loki. I wouldn't trust them either. I mean, they both are the god of mischief. So, you know... And we've seen Loki. Every time Thor trusted him in the MCU, he betrayed him all the way up to Ragnarok. The only movie he didn't betray him in was Infinity War because, well, you know, he died. But so he keeps it from Lady Loki because he doesn't trust her Sylvia, whatever, Lady Loki, whatever. But because he doesn't trust her, and then they're trying to get out of this planet together. And then they break the device to help them get home, and they keep trying to find out ways to how to get home or back to the timeline that's not gonna die. Man, Loki's horns is like in my face. But the only other way out, I believe, was I forget what they were trying to get to. If I'm being completely honest, I don't remember what it was. They're trying to get to something, but it blew up anyway, and now they are currently trapped on that planet at that time where a moon is about to crash into it and blow up everything, including them. And that's where it left off on episode 3, with them trapped and possibly doomed. And yeah, so far I'm really enjoying the show. I think episode 1, in my personal opinion, episode 1 was the weakest, but 2 and 3 weren't pretty bad. And if you want the truth, I know people are probably gonna get mad at me for saying this, but Loki was my least hyped. The show I was least hyped for, it was definitely at the bottom of the list. And I know you're probably thinking, but it's Loki. And I know, Loki is awesome. But my Loki died in Infinity War. So when I saw that they were making a Loki show, I was like, oh really, they're gonna bring Loki back to life again? Okay, and it's not even gonna be our Loki this time, it's gonna be another Loki? Ugh, come on, Marvel. But I am really enjoying the show. And it's definitely better than I was expecting, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So, yeah, and also I'm very curious as to what they're going to do with this show moving forward. Because, like, what they could do is, since it seems like they are really setting up the Young Avengers, what they could do is set up Young Loki or Kid Loki or whatever, because there is a version of the Young Avengers where Kid Loki is a part of that team. So they could do that. I mean, it would make sense. WandaVision introduced Billy and Tommy, aka Wiccan and Speed, who are members of the Young Avengers. Falcon and Winter Soldier somewhat introduced us to Patriot, Elijah Bradley. You know, he didn't become a Patriot yet. They still introduced him. And now the third Disney Plus show, Loki, could introduce us to Kid Loki, and then we would have, what is that, like 4 members of the Young Avengers already introduced. Plus, like I've said before, Kate Bishop is coming in Hawkeye's TV show, which I am incredibly excited for. So they could set up the Young Avengers even more in this show. Plus, I am curious if they're going to set up Ant-Man 3 Quantumania. And I wonder that because Kang the Conqueror is supposed to be the villain in Ant-Man 3 Quantumania. So, and he has a bunch to do with time travel, and he's talking right now while I'm trying to talk.
Say, if you're not too busy,
No,
I had another job
sorry,
for
I'm
you.
busy. I'm busy. I can't help you. I'm talking about, well, me, because I'm Loki. But, so I wonder if they're going to set up Kang in the show at all, because I'm pretty sure the one girl who is, I'm pretty sure the leader of the TVA or whatever, she is Ravonna, right? That's what I heard. She's Ravonna, who knows Kang. And the game I'm playing right now, like Westeros 2, she is in this game, and she helps Kang. I mean, she turns good eventually, but she does. She helps Kang in this game that we're playing right now. So, I wonder if they're going to set up Kang at all. At this point, I've only seen episodes 1, 2, and 3, so I don't know if they did set up anything in episode 4. But I think they will set up at least a little bit, if not a lot. Plus, I've also heard people talk about how they might kill off Loki again for, like, what, the 3rd, 4th time? Come on, poor Loki can't catch a break if this is true. But I heard that they might do that and have Lady Loki be, like, the main Loki in the MCU moving forward. Or maybe they'll kill off Loki and instead of making Lady Loki, or Sylvia, whatever, I keep forgetting her name is Sylvia. Instead of making her the main Loki of the MCU, make Kid Loki the main MCU Loki, and then that would help set up Young Avengers, like I've said before, and that'd be awesome. I really want to see Young Avengers in the MCU. That'd be so awesome. I think they're awesome. Their comic book series was awesome, so I really want to see them in the MCU. Can't wait. And I wonder, that could be like the next, like, Avengers type thing. Like, we're starting pretty much from square one, because Phase 4 is the beginning of the 2nd saga, because Endgame ended the Infinity Saga. Well, technically Far From Home did, but I don't care what anyone says. In my mind, Far From Home started the 2nd saga. I know that's technically not true, but I don't care. So technically we are starting from, like, the beginning. So the next movie, which would be like the Avengers movie, could be that we're building up to the Young Avengers, which would be awesome.
I know we've got a
So
whole new bunch
yeah, I'm excited to see what happens next. I think the show is really good so far, and I'm excited to see what happens next. I want to see how they get off this planet. Come here, king person. Oh, fine, don't come here. I want to see how they get off that place they're at. Which name, I forget the name of the planet they're on.
Apparently there's some kind of exhibition happening.
Also, I'm just saying, if we don't see Mobius on a jet ski by the end of the show, I'm gonna be very upset, because he explained that he loved jet skis, and we need to see him ride one. So I'm just saying. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the first 3 episodes of Loki. And what did you guys think of these episodes? Did you love them? Did you hate them? Did you think they were okay? I want to hear what you thought about these episodes. Let me know, and let me know what you think's gonna happen later on. And yeah, if you like this video, please hit like. If you want to see more of me reviewing Loki, I'm hoping to review the last 3 episodes. So please consider hitting that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when I post and go live, so you know how I always have to keep checking back on the channel. You can just get the notification. And I've also reviewed every episode for WandaVision and the Falcon and Winter Soldier, so if you want to check those out, they're also up on the channel. And yeah, thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye!